we want raids to be a commitment that people make with their friends. We understand that it does take 6 committed people to beat it. We've seen people beat it with less than that, but they're really dedicated players with the highest end gear who have played it time and time again. So we want to make sure that when players go in there, there's intent behind it. They know what they're getting into, they understand the time commitment, they're not going to flake in the middle and cause a bunch of pain for all the rest of the party members. We see that in other lightweight sort of activities like the Crucible or Strikes. People dropping even in those modes can have some pretty significant impact to player enjoyment. So we have seen the feedback, we've heard it, we certainly understand what players are asking for. So just because we're saying no to matchmaking doesn't mean that we're not looking at what they're asking for and other ways that we could possibly deliver that. Right now there's a lot of great community resources, which is awesome. We've always seen community sort of spin up around our games and do some fun things, whether it's like Rooster Teeth doing Griffball or MLG doing esports. We think those are totally viable. We love when the community takes the reins and delivers experiences. So like you've got Destiny LFGs out there that people can go, and that's a way to say, I'm committed to this, I have intent, I want to play the raid right now with other people, so which is a system that doesn't exist in the core game right now.
A new Hive army is spawning under the Skywatch. This is Omnigal's doing. Find her.
Well, strikes are intended to be sort of more arcade fun, so we don't want to make them like mini raids. We certainly have heard players ask for raid-like experiences that have less of a time commitment, but for right now the strikes are going to still fill that niche of I can matchmake into it, I can grab 2 friends and jump into it, I can even take them by myself in something like a Nightfall if I want a really hard challenge. But they're really intended to be these 15 to 30 minute cooperative chunks with a very specific reward. They're not intended to be a replacement for raids or a shortcut or a fast raid. But I mean, we certainly are looking at the mechanics that worked in Vault of Glass, and certainly looking at the mechanics that are present in Croto Zen and thinking about ways that we can introduce the kinds of things that they do for players, the kind of inventiveness. So when you play the 3 story missions in The Dark Below, you'll see some very light, but things that'll harken to the raid experience.
6 of us went down into the pit.
There's certainly hidden things in the game experience across the board, but we tend not to talk about them, right? It's like the first rule of Easter eggs and hidden systems is to not talk anything. We don't want to take away the sense of discovery for the player. And when we took a look at Destiny as a whole in the run-up, we had a lot of conversations about the raid, specifically about how much we were going to show, if we were going to show any of the mechanics, would we live stream it? And I think we basically settled on no. We want the player to go in fresh. We want them to find things out. If we tell you what's in there, it's not fun to discover it, right? So we wanted to preserve that sense of newness for players.
That was a pretty sweet video, right? If you want to see more, go to GamesRadar's YouTube page over here. Or if you want to read, maybe up your game a little bit, go to GamesRadar.com.